Hi there, this is Ronnie and Buzz Knight coming at you with a video. As the title of the video says, what is the best role-playing game system? I am going to tentatively answer the one that works for you. Let me explain. I don't believe that you can realistically objectively claim that one system is better than all others. Having been pointed towards a couple of games such as Fatal, and having read the reviews for Fatal, I suppose there is a very good case for saying that you can objectively point to games that are worse. But I don't think you can claim that one system is invariably better than all others. And I say this for two very distinct reasons. One, there is no such thing as a perfect game system. It doesn't exist. And that's not necessarily down to laziness on the part of the writers. It's just that role-playing games can encompass so much that it would be next to impossible for the writers to be absolutely bang on and consistent with every possible permutation and eventuality that a game could throw up. As such, there will always be gaps, flaws, things that need a little fixing. Sometimes this comes out as errata, sometimes this is just house ruled. But because of that, you can't have a perfect system. Secondly, people can talk about the point of a role-playing game. The point of a role-playing game is the same point as any game, to have fun with your friends. If you're not having fun with a particular game, I don't care what the mechanics in the system is like. If you're not having fun, then it's not a good game. It might be a very good game for someone else, but it's not a good game for you. So that sort of subjective factor means that it's impossible to come up with an objective list of the best. And you can't use objective sort of standards. You can't talk about the best being the one that's selling the most. That doesn't necessarily make it the best game, that just makes it the most popular. So it's impossible, I believe, to come up with an objective answer to what is the best role-playing game system. I think the more accurate one is, what is the one you enjoy most? And whatever that answer is, whatever the answer to the question, what system works for you, that is the answer to what is the best role-playing game. So it's extremely subjective. The only problem with that is that we all have to accept that subjective view and respect it. We constantly hear about the edition wars for D&D, and I think one of the problems there is a lack of respect. It shouldn't matter whether someone prefers AD&D 2nd edition, or D&D 3, or D&D 3.5, or D&D 4th. Does it really matter whether you believe that one edition is inherently superior to another? Answer is no. If you see a rule system that doesn't work for you, don't play it. But if it's working for someone else, yay! You know, that's the right game for them. If there's someone who likes old school rules, if that's working for them, it's the right game for them. It's the best game for them. You know, I have newer games. I have older games from the 80s and 90s. I run a mix of things. For me, the best role-playing game is Castle Falkenstein. Is it the best system? I say yes, not because of any objective proof, but because the system and I just clicked. It is entirely subjective. As a horror game, a modern horror game, I prefer Cult. Love the system in that. But again, it's subjective. There are people out there who swear by Pathfinder. Now, Pathfinder doesn't do it for me. But I'm not going to tell people who are into Pathfinder that they shouldn't be. That's just absurd. I respect them. You know, it's not a game I'm interested in. Doesn't do it for me. But if you're using Pathfinder and like it, more power to you. I think I'd have some questions if people were using Fatal. I'd have a lot of questions if people were using Fatal. But that's very much a fringe, very silly thing. You know, D&D 4th edition, not interested in it. But if it's working for you, if that's the game that's working for you, then that is the best game. That's all that matters. That people are sitting with a game, they enjoy it, it's fun, it's working for them. That is the best game. That is the ultimate objective response. The only true response to the question, what is the best role-playing game, is the one that works for you.